Oh, it's good. Busy. Oh, before I start, apologies on the whole microphone thing. Hopefully by the end of this video, I'll have my stuff back so that I can use my mics properly again. Anyway, we continue. We've got to bring the cattle crush back in and put it in there. We used it at Thornton when we went PDing so we could keep the cows out for longer, and we've got to get it back because we want to weigh young stock today. This cattle yard is an absolute state. If you remember last week, we had a bit of a shuffle round so that we could wean the cows at home. We put the fat heifers in here and they managed to get the lid off the water trough and flood the yard out. So I've got to come in here and clean this up because we need the yard to put some fat bulls in it that are going on the lorry tomorrow. I'm gonna go and get the telehandler so that we can clean that out. Dad is gonna go put the post knocker on the 6.6 because he is gonna go and fix a little bit of a fence. Actually, it's not a fence, it's a bit of a gap in an arable field that's now grass, which is where the young stock are going to go and graze once we've weighed them. I've got that corner cleaned out. I've got this water. It's a funny yard, this. There's a step in the floor just there because decades ago, there was a big grain dryer there, way before my time, probably before my dad's time as well. So that's why there's a step in the floor, because that was a different shed. And then there's this, and there is a gully that runs down there. And there's a drain just here, but I've never been able to get the drain running. I've tried no end of times. So I think, looking at that, I'm gonna have to start and bucket it. Bucket full of water. Feels like I'd be really handy in a sinking ship, which is a great synonym for agriculture right now. Rachel Reeves, if you know, you know. I think we're in. And I'm sweating. Right, we're all ready. Next job, calves. So this group is steers and heifers. All the Charolais in here are either steers and heifers, and all the stabilizers are all heifers. So I think this is arguably the most important day, because from this we can work out cow-calf ratio, daily live weight gain. We can look at different breeds and put them against each other. We can see the growth rates for these calves. We can see how everything's performed, weaning weights, everything. This is really important, I think. So Daz took them down and out to grass. They're going to graze on a herbal layer that is just, they should fly on that, honestly. It's like rocket fuel. We've allocated it at 280 kilograms average weight, 2.5% of the body weight. That's just a bit of a guess. We will know from this data actually what the average weight is. Biggest calf from those heifers was 340 kilos. There was a lot over 300. There's a lot around 280, 275. There was a few around 250, a couple a bit lower than that. I'm guessing that 280 is probably a little above what they are. I'd say they're probably more like 270, 275, but we'll find out and I'll let you know. If I can do it, I'll try and make some sort of spreadsheet that I can put everything in, and then we can split out the different breeds and we can compare the different breeds or whatever. We'll do all the data anyway, but we normally just do it in pen and paper. I'll see if I can do it on a spreadsheet, and if I can work it on a spreadsheet, I'll make it available for everyone to use for themselves, because it'd be really handy. But don't take my word on that, because I'm not the most computer literate person in the world. So let's just hope I can get it right. We've not weighed the bull calves yet, but they'll definitely average bigger. But as I mentioned last week, those things will stop inside, and then we'll put them on an intensive ration. I am, however, half tempted to turn them out in the spring and try and finish them outside. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic, I don't know. There's a few people do it. Maybe I need to grow some balls. Next job, we're gonna go and have a go at trying to get some of these round bales in. We have had one attempt at getting them in, and let's just say, they were better left at that point. They've been out in the field now for about a month, which actually is not as long as I thought. I was thinking they've been in more like 5 or 6 weeks, but about a month they've been in the field. Been dry for about 10 days, pretty much. And as you can see, like, it's just, I think it's worth a try. There's 300 to get in. We're gonna try and get them back to the yard. And if we can't get them back to the yard, there is a spot in the field that we could potentially stack them. But if we can get them back to the yard, that would be absolutely amazing. As long as we don't turn too short, we don't track in the same spot too much, and I keep my four-wheel drive in, I think we're gonna be all right. There's a bit of grass cover now. Actually, it's surprising how fast this grass has grown. And I think that's enough just to carry us. One thing I am going to do is I'm only going to put 8 bales on every trailer. Now these trailers can comfortably hold 10 bales, to be honest, but we're going to put 8 on. 2 reasons for that. Firstly, they're a little bit misshapen because they've been sat on their rounds for a month, so we need a bit of space between the bales. Secondly, these things are bloody heavy, and I think if we put 10 on a load, we're going to no to it. And sooner do an extra couple of loads than make a mess or make some ruts or get a trailer stuck or just do something I'm going to regret. You've got to remember, this is a new lay. We've got to put up with this for 5 years or so, and that's a long time to be looking at a big set of ruts. Hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. This one's a big one. Check that out. It's a monster. What's it? Is it a 1? I think it's a 1. I reckon that takes us up to 17. It's been a while. It really has been a while. It's been about a month since we actually made this silage, the last time I found a balloon. But it's the gift that keeps on giving. I was going to jump off here anyway because I wanted to talk about this. Them of you that's been knocking around for a while will remember that we put a drain in this field last summer. Like, not this summer, the one before, 18 months ago. If you look closely, this is where the drain goes, and then it kind of forks off and goes along there as well. Now, this part of the field here is the wettest part of the field, so arguably the most important to get off, because this time of year things get wetter. They don't really get drier, so if we don't get these out, we're going to be in a mess. But if we can get this up to the trees done, then I think the top end, that should be pretty good, because that's generally fairly dry. It is, however, walking really well. It's not too wet, so I'm hopeful that the drain's doing its job. Also, can we just talk about the quality of this stuff? Look at it. It's just clover, plantain, grasses. Oh, it's good. This kind of thing makes me very happy. Anyway, I need to stop dilly-dallying and get on with something. then hopefully we should get a good chunk of these moved. I don't think we'll get them all done today, but if we can get some of them done and get a good pile back in the yard, I'll feel much happier about it. We are most certainly starting to get somewhere. We've got, I reckon, about half of them moved, and it's getting dark now and someone's got to do nursery duty. But I think we've probably moved 150 and we've moved them off the wettest parts of the fields, which is just makes me feel so much better about the whole job. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to panic a little bit about them. I just thought they were gonna be there all winter. Do you know what I mean? We've got a fair stack here now. They're a bit all over the shop, but to be honest, I don't care. I've got way past caring. I really have. I'm just glad that they're there. What's left in the field, we can actually take out of the gateway and bring them down the drive, so that might make life a little bit easier, and is the dry part of the field, and we can take them up the top and stack them up there. Just feels like a little bit of weight is lifted. God, it doesn't half get dark quick. On that note, I'm gonna go and get the little man from nursery. Whatever you get up to this weekend, have a good one. Look after yourself. Fingers crossed it stays dry enough to get those bales done, and then we can go into winter mode. See you in a bit. Ta-da! Hey, if you haven't seen it already, why not check out this video? Or you can subscribe by clicking on that logo. Alternatively, head to www.bodysfarm.com where you can read more about the farm, check out some blog posts, or treat yourself to some of the amazing clothing that we wear here every single day. Cheers!